It's review time again. Today I'm going to be talking to you about an interesting metroidvania style roguelike that asks a very... Wait. Hey, what are you doing? No, please just stop. Just hear me out, Thank you. Where was I? Oh yeah, this game asks you a very important question. Are you fight enough to stop the Mega Beast and face the plague of meat? This is the good, the bad, and the bland of a robot named Fight. So the first thing to be said is that the art direction of this game is amazing. Everything from the sound effects to the music to the sprite work is extremely reminiscent of the old Metroid games it's looking to pay homage to. Even more impressive is how well the game executes its premise of randomized progression, making each run have that feel of exploration that's so critical to the Metroidvania genre. The variety of items and power-ups provide each run with its own unique obstacles and tactics based on what the player has found, which can do absolute wonders for the replayability. Not to mention the further unlocking of new items and environmental hazards from completing multiple runs, providing even more incentive to keep playing. And all of this is wrapped up nicely with very smooth controls. There was never a point where I felt that I didn't have complete control over the character, which is supremely important for this type of game. But there's a few dark points dwelling at the core of the game, so let's talk about... While the actual progression of the game itself is very well done, the boss fights you encounter are usually far too easy, with most of them having an entirely safe spot to stand in or very slow predictable patterns. And while the game's power-ups are interesting, oftentimes by the end of runs you will become nigh unstoppable with all the various upgrades you've acquired, toning the difficulty of the boss fight down even more. Now that we've delved the depths, the only place left to go is... While the randomization of the game creates some very interesting exploration gameplay, the roguelike nature of the game can end up making parts of the game feel repetitive, and while this never truly detracts from the enjoyment of the game, it still is noticeable and may be enough to drive off some people. But now that we've thoroughly explored the planet, it's time to proceed to the final encounter. All in all, A Robot Named Fight provides a very unique experience that brings back many of the great gameplay stylings that made the Metroidvania genre so enjoyable. And while the difficulty curve can be a bit underwhelming, the game is still an extremely enjoyable experience that most fans of the genre should enjoy. I've also spoken with the developer of the game, and he currently has plans to implement harder difficulty modes and other quality of life improvements to the game, which will probably eliminate most of these criticisms when they arrive. If you are a fan of the Metroidvania genre, I would say this game is absolutely worth the $10 price tag the developer is asking for it. I would also say that if you simply weren't a fan of the genre due to their usually high boss difficulty, this game might be the one to get you into them due to its lower skill ceiling. As always, thanks for listening everyone, let me know what you think of the game in the comments below, and until next time, keep gaming.